Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Euros Daily. It's Sunday, the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, America. It's day 24 of Euro 2020, and England are into the semi-finals. We're going to do our regular stuff today. We'll have a little chat about that and the other game, of course, Czech Republic and Denmark. We'll do our regular Man of the Match Day and Dick of the Day awards. Roz has got his fantastic stat of the day as well, and we'll have a little look at our fantasy table and see who's going up and who's going down there. All of that to come here on Euros Daily. Comment, like, subscribe, allow notifications, and share this video. Alongside me today, the Egyptian pun king Mus and the predictor known as Ros Stradamus. How are we doing?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I am a little bit hungover, not going to lie. It was quite a celebration after the England game yesterday, after the 4-0. Thank you very much. Ros, how you doing?
Yeah, same as you. I'm alive. I'm awake.
Focus on the positives. Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, got through it.
So yeah, England ran out 4-0 winners then against the Ukraine. Was it ever in doubt? You know who? I mean, someone predicted 4-0, didn't they?
I'm pretty sure that someone predicted 4-0 and the same person also predicted 2-1 to Denmark. Pretty sure you call that a clean sweep. Do I get anything for that?
No.
Do I get anything?
No, sorry, you don't.
Well, you got respect.
You get respect. You regain some respect that you've lost for doing that to your hair.
He didn't even come on. Grealish didn't even come on. Didn't need him.
Didn't need him, did we? Could afford to give him a rest. So yeah, England and Denmark then played out their wins, and they will meet on Wednesday evening at Wembley Stadium. It's all at Wembley from here on in. Italy, Spain, obviously the other semi-final, and it's just, I don't know, is it coming home, lads?
Feels like it.
Well, I mean, we're not allowed to leave the country, so hopefully it does come home because we haven't really got much other option, have we? Ross, how did you see the game? I mean, you know, it's...
Well, everyone kept getting annoyed at me because I was just being outrageously arrogant and assessing both what, we've got, but also what Ukraine don't. And they were the worst team to get through to the knockout stages, both statistically, in that they were the worst third place one that went through. But they just offered nothing. They got through a couple of times. There was a couple of dodgy Carl Walker moments, but we smothered them. I never felt like it was ever in doubt, really. It felt like a training game at times. There was one little spell. Yeah. Was it the Harry Kane second goal with that lovely little flick from Sterling to Shaw? But there was another one where I think we did like 2 back heels, like the same sort of move. And the pub was doing olays. Like, how often is it that you watch England and you're doing olays? It's brilliant. But it did feel a bit like a training game.
I think I actually started the olays, but it was that kind of situation though, because towards the end of the game as well, they just sort of like, right, well, job done. Let's. It's almost like the England players were thinking about the semi on Wednesday rather than that game. It's like that game was done and dusted. 2 goals from Harry Kane, staking a claim for the Golden Boot. Do you reckon he can do it, Mus?
So he's 2 goals off drawing level with Schick and Ronaldo. I think he can at least draw level. I'm not sure if he's got 3 goals left in him over the next 2 games. But yeah, I won't bet against him drawing level.
Fair. And you'd have to give him the Golden Boot, wouldn't you? Because he presumably gets to the final as well.
I think they'd share it, right? I think they'd all get their own 3-legged.
They'll get a stud each.
A stud each, yeah. Yeah. Positives.
But hold on, so you won't go against him drawing level. So you're saying that he might get a brace against Denmark, but will cost 2 games. If you put a brace against Denmark, you wouldn't put it against him to score in the final, would you? That'd be 5 goals in 3 games.
It'll be impressive. I think 2 goals, across the next 2 games, bearing in mind the magnitude of them, will still be an impressive return. So I think that's more realistic.
I won't hear any realism. I'm only going to hear positivity about Millwall legend Harry Kane.
There must be a stat there somewhere, right? About like the Golden Boot winner. Say Harry Kane was to win the Golden Boot. To win the Golden Boot without scoring in the group stage would be quite an interesting one, maybe. But maybe I'll save that for you, Ros, for your stat of the day. A positive performance from Luke Shaw as well. He's really grown in this tournament, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, no one's talking about Ben Chilwell anymore. No one's talking about Kieran Trippier playing on the left. He's fast kind of staking a claim for the standout performer this tournament. That's what, 3 assists in 2 games. So solid defensively, great attacking asset. He was also key to that Harry Kane goal against Germany, by the way, breaking through the ball and kind of intercepting it in the first place. So yeah, who was it? Who was it? Tom, or was it Matt, the Man United fan, who came on the show and made a shout for Luke Shaw being in the team of the season, and we all laughed at him.
Yeah, it would have been Matt, I think. Yeah.
Which is fair enough, because he was an absolute joke of a player for the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Let's not get carried away. Or knock the likes of Ben Chilwell, who haven't had a crack at it, but Luke Shaw has been exceptional. Actually, my stat of the day is that Luke Shaw got more assists in 3 minutes and 51 seconds against Ukraine than Zinedine Zidane did in 14 appearances at the Euros.
An amazing stat.
Brilliant. Gilberto Carlos. Great performances from Sterling and Kane, obviously, as well. They seem to be clicking now and getting into gear at the right time in the tournament. Looking great. No yellow card for any of the, for anyone. No yellow cards for England. So all of those yellows are wiped now. So they're all cleared for the semi. It's all just kind of going in our favour, isn't it, lads?
Yeah, I think Gareth Southgate is just managing it perfectly. Like before the game, I thought maybe he'd change Rice or Phillips just to not risk someone in that position where you have to kind of go in for tackles and challenges, getting a second yellow and being suspended for the semi-final. But the players played with such intelligence, and then they were managed so smartly by Gareth Southgate. And when the game was sewn up, then he made the changes, and then for Henderson to then come on and score a goal. It was just, it's like poetic, isn't it? It's all coming together.
It sure is. And looking towards the semi-final, Ros, how do you fancy us against Denmark?
You know how I was ridiculously confident against the Germans, and we won. And then I was even more ridiculously confident against the Ukrainians, and then we won. I'm actually a bit nervous about this one.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I think that what we have in our favour is that it's at Wembley. We're peaking at the right time. Harry Kane started finding his goal scoring form at the right time, really gelling. There are a few defensive mistakes, mainly from Kyle Walker, but he's done brilliantly at other points throughout the tournament. Jordan Pickford's looking like an absolute world-class goalkeeper. I think he only had like a couple of moments in this game. But that's what sort of makes a good goalkeeper, sort of when you're called upon, keeping that concentration. But Jordan Pickford's world-class for England. So I think that we've got lots of things going in our favour, but they've got that kind of emotional driver, the Christian Eriksen thing. They've got a sense of going against adversity, and that sort of written in the stars meant to be kind of thing. Spirit of 92 and all that. I think we'll win, but I think it'll be tight.
What do you reckon, Mess? How do you fancy us against Denmark?
So I think the last head-to-head was in October, and Denmark won in Wembley 1-0 through a Christian Eriksen penalty, and he played really well that day. But I think Gareth Southgate made the point, this is 3 semi-finals in 3 years, counting the Nations League.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see gradual improvements. There have been so many firsts in this tournament. Winning the first game for the first time, Sterling getting his first goal in a major tournament for the first time. That from 0 to 2 knockout victories in 90 minutes. This is a group that's maturing and gelling together, and I think they'll make that they'll go one step further this time around. It'll be probably the toughest test that we've had so far, but I think this is it.
Can you say that with more gravitas? Just for all the German viewers, I agree. This will be our toughest test.
Yeah,
It's the truth. Like looking back, I don't think the Germans were up to much. They didn't have a great tournament. And I think for Denmark as well, they've been fairly lucky. They played a Czech Republic team that was tired and they looked exhausted by the end of the game. A Welsh team that collapsed in the second half, and even back in the group stages against Russia, who again didn't really put up much of a fight.
yeah,
I think he's talking about the Wales game, which kind of got it moving. Just compare the players and the clubs they're playing for. The majority of Wales is playing in the Championship. People sort of forget that because they look at the Gareth Bales and the Aaron Ramseys. Even Joe Rodon was playing at Swansea last season before he joined Tottenham. So they're mainly a Championship team. Denmark are mainly a sort of Champions League team. They're all kind of at the top of their game, or at least Europa League. So
yeah.
they are a good team.
Okay, well, yeah, Denmark obviously won yesterday, beat Czech Republic 2-1, like we're saying. Delaney headed in front after 5 minutes. Kasper Dolberg got one before the break, and then Schick got what turned out to be a consolation goal early in the second half. We've talked about Denmark, and the threats they pose. We've got a couple of days to mull this over and talk more about it. For now, I want your man of the match day and dick of the day for yesterday. So, Ros, do you want to give us your man of the match day first?
Yeah, so the man of the match day, quite an easy one, I think. Luke Shaw was exceptional. Really grown into this tournament. Set piece delivery, 1 point, 2 assists. So. Luke
Shaw. Okay, Mus, man of the match day?
I'm going to go Harry Kane, just because I predicted him to be man of the match. I heard someone referring to the ketchup analogy where you're banging the bottom of the bottle for ages trying to get something, and he's finally like splurting goals all over the place.
Brilliant. Who's your dick of the day, Mus?
This is a tough one. I think there's no obvious candidate that comes to mind. I'm just going to go. Anyone that ever doubted Gareth Southgate or that England would have an easy game against Ukraine. Did I steal your one, Ross?
Literally. I was thinking like Paul came on the show. I was like, no one really had a howler. There wasn't really anything too bad, but just that sweetness, that sort of vindication that England are so negative and have absolutely gone on the back of Harry Kane all tournament. They've got on the back of Raheem Sterling. Even when he's doing well on Southgate, they're knocking every single lineup that comes up. And I saw a thing. I saw a podcast the other day, and someone was saying it was the kickoff show on YouTube, and the guy posed a question. It's a serious question. He said, "But with all this attacking talent in this England side, this generation, with all this attacking talent, are you telling me that you would be happy if we won the Euros with a load of boring 1-0s?" Absolutely.
I'd be pretty happy with that. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my one. Is that all those kind of variety muppets who just like to have something to moan about.
Yeah, well, there we go. There we have it. That concludes today's show. Twitterati Muppets. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. And we're going to start, looking towards the semi-finals. So thanks for your time. See you later.